Okay. All right. Ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. So let's just sit for a moment. Yay. And then, hi, Maria. This is one of my great friends, Jenny. We took our 200-hour yoga together, and she's a therapist in Fort Worth. So we have been committed to being supportive of each other. So I'm really grateful, and I hope that you can see. All right, so we did a little bit of grounding, we did a little breathing, slow down. Thank you so much for being. Do this in your pretty house. All right, so what is TRE? It's tension and trauma releasing exercises. It was designed by Dr. David Burselli, and he is a bioenergetic therapist. He also has a PhD in clinical social work and a master's in Arabic and theology. So super interesting dude. He spent over 2 decades as a trauma therapist in places like Africa and the Middle East, working with people that have trauma and in war-torn countries. He also experienced trauma himself, going into, bunkers and hearing bombs, and realized very quickly that, he was experiencing something, and that doing these therapy sessions one-on-one, an hour at a time, is really just not going to make a difference in a drop in the bucket of all of these people who really need support and help. He also noticed that the children in the bunkers would shake when they were frightened, and we really understood that it doesn't matter who we are, whether we're women or male, or what gender or culture that we come from, how old we are. We all contract whenever there's a fear or a sudden something that we need to protect ourselves from. We all contract, and that's a natural mechanism to keep us safe and keep our soft stuff protected. Mm-hmm. So he understood that maybe there would be a different way, a way to unwind that contraction, right? A natural response that we are wired with also. And so it's become something that after 20 years, he has discovered, and it has worked with millions of people all over the globe. TRE is being practiced, and it is something that really supports us in releasing that contraction. Ethnicity, culture, he developed a theory, and decades later it's true. So the beautiful thing about tremoring is that it's instinctual, and that we can reignite this mechanism. The fun fact is that stress and trauma are on the same continuum, right? It's little t's, it's big t's, and it doesn't have to be a big T. It can just be stress that's accumulated from our jobs, from caring for people, being in the industry that we're in, right? We can develop some stress and pile all that on. So this is a way to just constantly keep clean and detox all of that and not let it pile up. Compassion fatigue. So they TRE is 7 simple exercises, and they're designed to stretch and fatigue the muscles and elicit the body's natural shaking responses. The work allows us to become curious and explore the sensations in the body. So this is really about like tracking down here versus like being in my head, or making the meaning maker, work, right? So we really want to just kind of stay in the body. The most important thing about the experience is that you're 100% in control. This is all you, and even though you're doing this for me, be sincere about like, where are you and how you're feeling and what you need. That's the most important thing, is that you know that, and you're not, we're not going to get it right or wrong, right? You can't do this wrong. We want everything to feel like a yes. If it's not a yes, then we're probably going to take a break. I'll show you how to take breaks. And if we need to stop, we'll stop. It's okay. We go 2 minutes in and we want to stop, we can stop. You listening is the most important thing that you can do in this process, and just telling me exactly where you're at. Whenever you feel uncertain, you're just going to let me know, and we'll take a break. Yeah, so we never want to feel disconnected, not even just a little bit, right? We really want to titrate this like goodness in the system, right? We don't want to add stress, but pushing. So no pain, no gain is not here. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. It's lovely. It really is. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah.
If anything does come up, you don't have to share anything with me, you know, like the mental images or anything like that. I mean, it's really rare. It's not common, but that is not necessary. You don't have to say, oh my gosh, I remember this thing. You know, we can process that later. We'll just go back to following the system and maybe take a break or stop depending on where we're at or how you feel about it. Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
And everything is modifiable. We're going to go with the main exercises and how we normally would go into them. And if we need to modify, then we'll modify.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So we'll start standing. And I'll go this way so I can see my feet.
Is this good? Do you need me to?
Maybe we just see your feet. Oh, I like that.
Okay.
That's good.
Can you see even now how dark? Oh, it'll adjust light. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
All right. So we're going to put our feet shoulder width apart, anywhere that you feel a nice balance, right? Soft bend in the knees. Relax. Relax the jaw. Yeah, all of those guys. And what we're going to do with this first exercise, what it does is it really kind of enlivens the bottom of the feet and creates a little grounding. And it's also going to stretch the ankles and the soles of the feet, right? So we'll take an inhale. On the exhale, we're just going to lean over to one side and we're just going to peel the soles of the feet so that I'm on the outside of my right foot, the inside of my left foot, whichever one you want. We'll just be
like
for
both feet down.
both feet doing. Yeah, little bend in the knees still, so we don't want to walk the knees in that weird angle. We'll do 3 breaths. Your length of breath. I tend to be so slow. And we'll do this first exercise together. And the subsequent exercises I'll show you first in a minute. And the end of the 3rd breath, we'll peel it over to the other side. Three breaths here. This might be my favorite. It really does. We'll peel it over to the other side at the end of that one. We'll do it one more side on the other side. 2 times each side. Try 3 breaths. Straight. Don't have to talk so fast. And then at the end of this 3rd breath, we're just gonna go downhill. And like we're skiing. It's kind of slaloming back and forth. I mean, it would be, right? And then we'll just come to settle in the middle. And we can give them a little shaky shake. And then we'll start the wall exercises. So I'll show you. We're going to do from the bottom up. That's what we're working on. And I think we can see good. So I'm only using the wall for balance. I'm not going to like grip or lean into it. Just using my fingertips. My elbows are pointing down. You can be as close as it feels comfortable for you. And we're going to start with one foot and go to the other foot. And all we're going to do is just raise our heels. It doesn't matter how high you go, and lower them. And we're going to do it with the right foot. And you can have your foot this way. You can have your foot this way. I've seen people want to do it this way. I usually just kind of have my leg hanging here. And I just go up. And what we're looking for is like a 6, like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. 1 being, you know, I could do this all day. 10 being, oh my God, I don't think I have one more in me.
And so you're just doing that till you get to a 5 or a 6?
Just till you get to a 5 or a 6. So we want to get into neurogenic exhaustion, not postural muscle exhaustion, right?
okay.
So there's like a sweet spot there. I have pins in my left foot, so sometimes it's easier for me to do both feet. You can do both feet, but we'll do right and then we'll do left. And when you're done with the right foot, you shake it out. We'll go into the other foot. And if you go slow, it wears out a little faster. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. And then lift up the left foot, maybe. Pick one foot up. Yeah. And then rise up onto your toes. Excellent. And breathe. Just find your 5 or 6. I really had a hard time knowing where I was in my body when I first started. So my cue was really, if I'm thinking about it, I'm probably there, you know?
Yeah, I think getting close, it's starting to get kind of tired,
Right.
like heavy.
That's perfect. And then you just let him rest, shake him out, and go to the other side. Excellent. And they might not be the same, right? So if you did 10 on one, you may do 6 or 8 on the other. So it doesn't have to be the same. The next one is also at the wall, and it's like chair pose, really. Same thing. I'm a little bit further back just so that I can see my toes, see my squat. You can put your toes on the wall and do a squat that way. Sometimes that helps you like with just a little balance. Again, I kind of feel like lifting that leg. It's just having him hang. I feel like he's more neutral for me. So we just sit back just like we're doing chair so that I can still see my toes. My back is kind of flat. I'm using the wall for balance. And I'm just going to go down. And again, I'm just looking for that 5 or 6.
Okay.
Just that fatigue. And you'll feel it all through here. We'll shake him out, switch legs, and go down. Just as long as we're going down and we're seeing the toes, we're not going to go over the toes.
Okay.
And breathe. That looks great. It's funny, sometimes you'll start to feel a little shake even before we get into the ground floor work.
Yeah, like this, like even when I was doing the calf raise, I was like, oh, I can feel it.
I thought I noticed a little shimmy there.
Yeah. When I used to do bar, like my legs would shake all the time.
So the last person I did does bar.
But they're always like, oh, good, if you're not shaking.
Right,
you're not doing it.
So that'll be interesting. One of the things that Kate noticed was that, well, we'll let you see. So you can compare what your bar shake is like to your TRE shake.
Okay.
Yeah, and see if you can notice any kind of differences or nuances about it. Yeah, shake them out. Okay. All right, we're going to do the yummy forward fold, which I love.
Oh, okay.
I love the forward fold. So as wide as you want to, as wide as you're comfortable, and I'll show you, and then I'll get out of the way so she can see. Just so you feel a little bit of pull right here. It's not meant to be, like super hella stretch. Toes can be a little bit out or forward. We're going to go down and just ragdoll it for 3 breaths. Go to the right for 3 breaths. Hands can be on the leg, the foot, the floor. We'll walk it over, do the left side. And then back to the middle for 3 breaths. We'll put our palms up and the back of our hands will go to the ground and we'll just stretch. And then just gently come up.
Okay.
And then we'll shake it out.
Okay.
Perfect. Ragdoll, 3 breaths. You're good. And then on the end of the foot breath, right side or left side, 3 breaths. And then do the other side. So we fatigued with the last couple of exercises, the calf muscles and the leg muscles, and now we're doing stretching of the thighs, the hamstrings, the low back. And then after your third breath, you'll go into the center for 3 more breaths. Palms will come up. Perfect. And then just give it a little reach. 3 breaths. It's also really calming and down regulating, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Nice. And then just gently bring yourself up. Excellent. Yeah, doesn't it? Do you remember how Caroline used to do hip circles?
Oh, yes.
I always kind of like the little hula hoop after that one. All right, so we're going to work on the front of the body here, and this is another stretch. So my legs are about, shoulder width, whatever is going to give you that security, right? Balance. And knees are slightly bent. And we're going to stretch the psoas. So hands are going to go either in the back pocket, but if that doesn't feel good right here, you can actually do like little fists, right? Knees bent, little back pockets. And then we're just going to kind of bump the drawer closed, right? We'll keep the chin down. So it is not a back bend.
Okay.
If I have a nice breath, you'll feel the shape change right there, and it'll feel like a stretch. So we just breathe for 3 breaths here. Keep the chin level. We'll go to the right. If it feels okay to look on the floor, we'll look on the floor, right? So it's kind of like we're just turning the bars on a bicycle. We'll do this side for 3 breaths. We'll come back to the middle for 3 breaths. And then we'll release it. I like doing a little bit of a forward fold just to kind of compensate for that. It just makes me, I feel like I want to. So if it feels good to do a little forward fold afterwards, we can. So find your balance. Perfect. That's gorgeous. 3 breaths. That's so perfect. It's the first person who's just like done it instead of a back bend. Yeah, everybody goes, wow. That's great.
Well, I don't love back bends, so.
You don't?
No.
Yeah. I do love that front opening feeling. Didn't you feel it?
Yes.
Nice stretch.
Okay, so now I'm twisting.
Perfect. 3 breaths there. And then the other side. You do? That's exciting. Maybe I'm having like some mirror neurons with you because I kind of feel like this little sparkle on the inside of my body. Yeah. And then we end with 3 more in the middle. It is really fun to do it together. I thought group would be weird.
Yeah.
But there's this really cool kind of symbiotic thing. Whenever you're done. Don't you feel like you want to? Yeah. I just give yourself a little wiggle there.
Which is why I don't like that. That's my stuff.
Right?
Maybe I should do one more.
So this one is right here at the wall again. And it's a wall sit, but it's not going to be like a exercise wall sit, right? We're really looking for the sweet spot again. And I can see my shoelaces.
Okay.
Right? Not just my toes, but my shoelaces. And they're about hip width distance apart. But the whole upper body not to be part of the party.
Okay.
Arms are down. We're relaxed. It doesn't have to be yoga breath. It can be relaxed. And we're looking for a 4, 5. Okay. So under a 6, if we start to feel like we're exercising, crawl up the wall just a little bit.
Okay.
Right? Maybe think about your back, and just feel it there. I can do this like all day long. I don't know if I just don't know where a 4 is, but I can do this literally all day long. So if it feels like I can't find my 6, you can bump your hips forward a little bit. You can even like lift up your heels.
Oh, yeah, that would do it.
Right?
Yeah.
And just kind of engage a little bit more. But we're going to be here for a minute. So we're gonna keep crawling up. If I lose it and I'm like, well, now I'm at a 2, I can just kind of go back down.
Okay.
Right?
Adjust along the way.
Just adjust along the way.
But you mean we'll be here a literal minute? Is that what you mean? Or oh, okay. Yeah, so we'll be here a little bit.
We'll be here a little bit.
Okay.
All right. At the end of it, when we're done and we're ready to go, we're gonna put our hands on the wall and we're just gonna push ourselves into a little forward fold. And we'll just be here for like a minute.
Okay.
And then we'll come up. And on this one, we don't want to shake it out. We want to hold the charge.
Okay.
Right?
Ooh, okay.
Right? So I'll give myself a little timer. Perfect. Yeah. Well, that's good. And hands on the thigh. Yeah. Anything that feels good. How's business then?
Finally starting. I think pick up, but it's been very slow. About like since November.
Really?
Since the election.
Yeah.
It's been very slow.
It's doing a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but we've had a couple of new clients come on. So.
I'm so excited. I'm ready.
Yeah, because you said you found some property in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going further south.
Oh, okay.
So I'm super excited. But then I think it'll be closer to you. It will be easier for me to get to you.
Yeah,
right. So how is this one of those exercises that you feel like you could do a while, like could strengthen your legs?
Yeah, like at this angle, right? Lower, I'd be like, oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't have as much strength in my legs as I used to. I'm trying to be more consistent with like weight training. And, as we get older, use all our muscles.
It's true. Still want to join the gym.
I was at a gym. I did Orange Theory Fitness for a very long time, and I really liked it. But then I was getting a lot of the coaches changed, and it just was kind of it was different. So kind of got bored with it because I did it for so long. So then I just like joined a gym because they also had a yoga studio, because Arlington does not have a lot of yoga studios that it's not hot yoga. In fact, they don't have any. I almost opened one, and then one opened down the street from my house. And I was like, oh, I'll just go there. It's hot yoga, but it's like infrared hot. So it's just warm. It's not like I'm dripping sweat. I mean,
the infrared goes into the body.
Exactly.
Helps with soreness.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm fine with infrared. I just don't want like the traditional hot yoga class where it's also like super humid. So anyway, I joined a gym because I had a lot of yoga classes. Did that for a while, but I wasn't utilizing the rest of the gym because I'm just not good at doing it on my own. So then I quit that.
Like rock climbing?
I used to. I had a friend that owned a climbing gym when I was younger, like the one in Arlington. He was part owner of that. I used to climb pretty often, but
you're at like a 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're holding out. You're good. You're not hitting the 6 at all.
No, because I adjusted. I came up the wall earlier. Yeah. Okay. I was like,
I missed that. I was just like, wow.
Yeah, I think you were like
looking
at the timer. I was like, if I stay here for 3 minutes, it will be a 6 pretty quick. So now I went back to Orange Theory because they had just weight only classes, just strength training. So I do that in yoga. It's fun to do.
All right, if you're ready, put your hands on the wall.
Wow, it was already 3 minutes.
Yeah, and then just fold over. Be here for a minute. Yeah. Just because I'm timing something, it doesn't mean that you have to do it for that length of time. That you really, really need to just listen and go, I just want to feel like my urge is to stand up now. I would rather stand up.
Yes.
Yeah. You feel safe?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And you can come up if you feel like it. Yeah, right. So we don't shake this one out. So we're at the last exercise, which is down here on the floor. So you stay standing so we don't lose your charge.
Okay.
That's one of the mistakes I make is I'm like, just sit down for a second. So I'll show you the whole thing, like I've shown you everything else. And you want to remember that if you feel tired, if you're just disconnected, if there's anything that's kind of like you're going away, we'll take a break. And we can literally stop anytime you want to. So I'm going to show you the main way to do it, and there is another way, other ways that we can do it. This is the main way that we usually do it. If you have any issues with it, you just let me know. If I need a little pillow or whatever, we want you to be comfortable. We're going to shake for, maybe around 10 minutes or less.
Okay.
Right? Whatever works for you. And I think that's it. So kind of like going into bridge a little bit, but not so close to the butt, right? Soles of the feet are going to be together. So it's kind of just a nice triangle diamond shape, maybe a box. We're going to relax for 1 minute. If that doesn't feel good on your hips and you need a little support, you can put your hands here or we can put blocks, right? And then just to get a little extra charge, right? Just to engage a little bit more, we're going to press into the sides of the feet and do like bridge.
Oh, okay.
We'll do that for a minute or for as long as you want. We'll come back down. We'll relax again for 1 minute. And after that 1 minute, we're just going to engage the thighs, maybe go up a couple inches, and it's like resisting gravity.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll do that for 2 minutes. We'll go 2 more inches, 2 minutes, 2 more inches, 2 minutes. And at this point, the feet kind of feel like peeling down. Having them flat on the floor kind of relaxes all of this and allows the tremors to kind of come a little easier. But we don't want to like readjust the feet.
Okay.
Just let them peel and go down.
Okay.
And then from here, we'll hang out. We'll just track. We'll see how you're doing. I might check in or be quiet for a little while. You can offer whatever you want in the process. Arms can be wherever you feel comfortable. Eyes can be open or closed. I personally, with my eyes closed, I tend to go into my head and start making meaning. So when my eyes are open, I can kind of track my body a little bit and go, oh, I kind of feel a little tickle here, or I don't feel anything, or I feel fine, or might ask you to take a generous breath here and there. And we will experiment with a rest, a break. So I might invite you to take a break. And a break just kind of looks like this. Looks like Shavasana, right? And then we'll just see what does it feel like to go back into it, right? And you can play with your knees. Just maybe listen to yourself. I kind of want to see what happens if my knees go open. I want to close them a little bit more. I felt something here. I think I want to play with it here. Just be curious about what's going on, right? And if you start to get tired or you feel a little overwhelmed, anything that's not a yes. I usually feel a little giddy or I feel silly or I tend to giggle a little. So anything that's just, as long as it feels great, we're good. And you're like, okay, I think I kind of feel like I'm over it. If you hear yourself talking, that's a sign.
Okay.
So we're ready to stop. We're going to do stop signs with our feet and our hands. Okay. And that's it. Do that for a second. And then after that, we'll just get comfortable. You can do whatever you want here. If you want to just kind of get cozy. Some people like to just kind of go down. Whatever you want to do. And we'll let the glitter settle. Okay. For like 3 minutes. And then we'll just kind of slowly come up and debrief. Do a little aftercare instructions. Okay. Easy, right? Yeah. So I'm going to give you something furry.
Perfect. I was about to grab that. So.
It's so nice. It really is to have. Okay. I'm going to double up the head. Okay. And then tell me.
Oh, that feels good.
Isn't it nice?
Yes.
It's really nice. Tell me where you feel good about me. Do you feel good about me here? Do you feel good about me like at your feet?
Right there's fine.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I starting in butterfly?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Soles of the feet together. And relax. Would you like me to test what it looks like with the lights off?
Sure.
Just for you. I think she might not be able to see your lights.
Okay.
Just seems like a kind thing to do to turn off the lights. So, 1 minute. And it feels good to take a nice cleansing breath and let it go. Normal breathing during this exercise, just whatever is normal for you. Doesn't have to be yogi breath. All right, it's been about a minute since you've been there. You want to press into the feet and lift. And we'll do that for a minute. Or until you're done. I'll time it for a minute, but if you want to come down, come down. Remember, you're in charge. I'm not in charge. Perfect. Rest for a minute. I actually didn't tell you about this part. Send your feet out a few inches. Yeah, so it's kind of more elongated, perfect, more like a diamond. And then now we'll lift the knees a couple of inches and resist gravity. And we'll do that for 2 minutes. Are you comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. Just 1 more minute. Do 2 more inches closer together, and we'll hold there for 2 minutes. Are you noticing anything?
Mm-hmm.
What are you noticing?
I can feel some shaking in my thigh. My right arm wants to tremor.
You feel good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your face is very serene looking. You have a really, soft smile, and there's like a relaxation on your face.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And last one, 2 more inches together. We'll hold there. And at this point, if you want to lay the feet, soles of the feet down, you can.
They're fine like this if that's.
It feels good,
fine.
right? But you can play with it. We can move them later. It was more when it was more open.
No, it's more now.
It's more now.
It's like it wants to not.
That Finmer, a good word. Simmer. Like 2 minutes. So put the soles of the feet down and let's see what that offers you. You can bring the knees back out a little bit. Yeah. Maybe bring the feet closer together and then, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty. Yeah, that looks pretty good. How does that feel like to you?
No, that's good.
Okay. And this is where we'll just be curious and allow you to just kind of be in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll offer you a break somewhere in there. If you feel like taking one before I offer it, just send the legs out. And just kind of track and notice. Let me know how you're doing. If you feel like if you have any numbness or anything that happens, let me know about that. How close or wide. If you want your feet back together, this is kind of you just following your instincts about what you want to feel. experiencing right now? Little light shaking. Everything's comfortable. Mm-hmm. Feel
I'll just call it like activation or some work. Okay.
you're falling right there, but it doesn't. It's not uncomfortable. More. That's good. That's interesting. I like that. You still feel safe though, right? Okay. Interesting. Mm-hmm. We're doing something. Mm-hmm. It seems really quiet until you shifted. Just take a breath. You're good. Okay, mom's. Maybe take another one of those cleansing breaths. That's beautiful. You did it. I'll just pick. If you want to experiment with taking a break, this might be a good time. Just relax. Yeah, a little shabbat in the shade. And then just listen to you, right? Like listen to you and decide when you're ready to come back into it. Or if,
I don't want to like go into a ball and just like massage my spine.
oh,
Can I do that?
you can do that. Maybe
Okay.
bring your feet back up and go back into the position. Yeah, send them out just a little bit further away.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. And then give yourself a little rock. Yeah, follow that instinct that you want to do. I love that you're listening to it. That happens. Like sometimes I will shake and rock and yeah.
Oh my god, it's so soothing.
It is soothing.
Either my husband's home or somebody else.
Yeah, they went to do something.
They can do something. Sure.
You know how to do it.
Yes, and she would do like I'm in a session and like towards over.
She seems to be happy with the crack.
Okay.
Yeah. Just let her just like what are you noticing right now since you tried the rocking break?
Um, my back is more relaxed. Like it helped kind of release. There was like a little bit of tension I noticed, and I think that's why I wanted to rock. And now that's not.
That's perfect. We still have a few minutes to go, really more time than all the time you want. So, however you feel, you just keep experiencing it and stop whenever you feel like it is. We'll go about 4 more minutes. Is it easy for you to listen to your body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you look like you're very comfortable in the tracking and listening.
Yeah, I close my eyes closed.
Yeah, that was a good breath. I was just thinking the same thing. Mm-hmm.
Are my legs still trying to resist gravity versus?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They look like they're still going.
Mm-hmm.
Has it changed here?
It's a little more intense.
Is it?
Yeah.
And that still feels safe.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And you're experiencing it still just mostly in the legs and hips? Is there another area that has come online or?
No, it's mainly just kind of inside and slightly like wrapping around to the back of my hamstrings, but not completely on the back side.
Well, that's awesome. That's kind of a cool sensation to kind of feel the wrapping.
Mm-hmm.
Just for 1 minute. Unless, you're ready to stop. Okay. Yeah. You want to just send the legs out. Nice little relaxing moment. You can flex the feet, you can flex the hands. And you tell everybody that we're in a stop moment. Yeah, that's perfect. And you can let that go. And we'll take like 3 minutes to let the glitter settle. Do your little shavasana state. Any position that you want, whether it's on your back or on your side.
I think I'll do fetal. That sounds
Right? Isn't fetal
nice.
nice? Do you want a blanket on your shoulders?
Sure.
right? It's just the coziest, right?
Excuse me, I don't. This was my son's. And he brought it home and said, "Take it with him." I'm like, "Well, I'm now."
Yours now. We'll do it for 3 minutes and we'll just settle.
Grabbing the pillow.
Sorry.
Oh, perfect.
Nice. Okay, good. Wiggle thing. Pose. Breath. Blink your eyes. And like really take your time to come up and out. Like go slow and gentle. Maybe bringing your head up like flat.
And my head up falls.
Yeah, like as you're coming to sit up, you can,
Oh, okay. I'm like,
let your
how do I
keep your head on the ground, put your feet on the ceiling. Just go slow. I don't care if she comes in, if you want her to come in. Yeah, shit. You can come in now if you want to. You can let her know she's okay. She's being so concerned. She's just so concerned. All right. Here we go. Oh. So just take a moment to kind of look around. I look up, name some things in the room, maybe to yourself, out loud. We have a little bit of natural things here. We've got something alive. We can look behind us. Yeah. Oh my God. We can come back to each other. How do you feel right now? A little scan there. Where are you right now?
Very relaxed.
That's awesome. Your face looks very relaxed. Even like through the whole thing, there was this kind of your face had a release to it.
I do that all the time.
Right?
Don't need Botox.
I mean, it really
did.
did. Right? And so, how was the experience for you? What
Yeah.
did you notice?
I noticed that the shaking was much more subtle than if like I'm exercising and it's just like this, right? Or times that I snowboard or something, you're in that like squat position for forever and you're like, my leg is shivering. Yeah, this just was like I said, it felt like a simmer, and then almost like when the tea kettle like starts to sort of rumble before it starts steaming. That's what it felt like, just like full rumble. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Any other like weird thoughts or other sensations or anything? None of that like warmth was uncomfortable.
No, it's just more like, oh, this is just a noticeable sensation, and it's different from the shaking, but it wasn't ever uncomfortable.
And like I was saying that Kate had that experience with the bar, how she was able to find the shaking but also be relaxed versus like in this stressful or strenuous shaking. So you kind of experience the same thing where you're like relaxed in it.
Yes, yeah. Versus like at bar, you're like, when are you gonna keep us awful?
So you never felt that anticipation of like, when is this gonna be over? I kind of wish this was over.
No.
Really, it was a yummy. Okay, good. I really appreciate you doing it with me.
Oh no, this was great. I'm so glad you asked.
And I'll send you, the information on just the exercises so that you can do that, because it is something you're meant to do, and with your, education and certifications and, the stuff. This is something I know that you can do yourself. You can always ask me, like I had another weird thing come up, or what is this, or whatever. But you definitely have the skills to be able to do this for yourself. So I'm going to go over the aftercare instructions, and I'll leave them with you. You want to drink more water than usual. It's not unlike a massage. There's this kind of massage that's happening from like the inside of the nervous system out. Yep. Get your water.
Yeah. Flush all the toxins.
It does, yeah. It hydrate the tissues and do all the things. It does everything that all the other things that to do, right? A good therapy session or the yoga session or whatever. It always needs hydration. You may experience extra tiredness or soreness or fatigue. Just listen to your body. The relaxation sometimes can make you just really want to go deeper into that relaxation and take a nap. Listen and take a nap. Yeah. It's just listen to what it's telling you. If you have any soreness from, maybe using those tiny muscles, Epsom salt, take a bath, again, just listen and give yourself, nurture that, in the next 24 or 36 hours, you might experience all of those things, and maybe even like some aftershocks, some little shaking later. Super normal, just kind of, residual energy that's just kind of getting shook out. If you have any concerns, let me know. Watch your dreams. Sometimes the little processing can, continue to occur. So that's a little interesting. I've had maybe one or two times that happened, but mostly I just sleep really good, like better than I've ever slept. If this is your first TRE neurogenic experience, please wait to shake for a couple of days to allow integration of the session. So when you're first starting out, you just want to titrate this in, right? Maybe 1 or 2 a week, and maybe 3. And then maybe you can go from, 8 to 10 minutes to maybe 12. So you really, really don't ever want to like push this. More is not better
Okay.
at all.
Sure.
Super titrated, super yummy. Everything has to be a yes, right? After practicing a while, maybe days, weeks, or months, you might not need to actually do any of this warm up. You may actually just put yourself in the position your body goes, oh, I know what this means, what you want me to do.
Oh,
And
okay.
you can just go right into, and you'll just start to shake because you've put yourself in the yes position, right?
Mhm.
Or any other exercises like we talked about, the skiing, the yoga, or whatever. Um, you can always just do extra bridge
Mhm.
at the end to activate. The key is just to not overexert, right?
Mhm.
You want to be in that 5 or 6 or the 4 or 5, right? To elicit neurogenic versus postural tremors. A few sessions or classes are with a provider are recommended but not required. Just, honestly, so that somebody can be with you for the first 2 or 3 so that you can kind of see, the experience maybe wasn't exactly like the last one. You have somebody to just kind of be with and observe or just witness. Having an other is just so helpful, right? Just kind of to be with you. And then please don't teach TRE to anybody unless you want to do it, which I think that you totally should because I think it would be a wonderful thing to add to your practice. Absolutely.
This was so great.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
You do look like super bright and refreshed right now. Like it makes me want to go do it. It does look like a facelift.
That's great.
And I really appreciate you. I love that dog. All right, we did it.
You know, you're not bad. That's